Alrighty folks, this is Alan recording the part 2 video for our Is It control deck for our Throne of Eldraine draft. The first part video, some glitch happened within the software, so I had to exit it out and pretty much restart the whole entire program. But it was a pretty interesting draft if you want to see the part 1 video. We managed to open up Lochmere Serpent, picked up 2 Reef Souls in the late into the story, but still we managed to somehow end up in some sort of red-blue Is It control deck. It's like the game almost doesn't want to give me a break, and they want me to draft blue-red because somehow we ended up with a late Irencrag Pyromancer, a late Mad Ratter, and 2 Improbable Alliances. So it was a pretty weird draft overall. Even third pack 1 pick 1, we opened up Garruk, and we had a chance to even... And we could have also maybe splashed Garruk if we opened up some mana fixing in the form of the golden eggs, but didn't see any golden eggs. So yeah, it was a pretty interesting draft, so I probably need to rewatch the draft video for part 1 in order to know what I did. But regardless, it seemed like blue-red was the more open archetype than blue-black. Didn't see any amazing black removal spells. No, I didn't see too many Merfolk Secret Keepers to help enable the graveyard for the blue-black mill deck. But regardless, it was still a pretty fun draft to navigate. Could have maybe still ended up in blue-black, but I felt like we were seeing more blue-red payoff cards for sure. And I think the only way we could have probably won in blue-black was either by milling the opponent with a couple of cards or using the Lochmere Serpent to maybe win the game single-handedly. But regardless, again, we didn't see too many mill going on, being passed around the pack, so it was still pretty difficult to see ourselves making a successful blue-black control deck. We even picked up a pretty late Lucky Clover, but again, we don't have too many amazing adventure creatures to go along with it. So yeah, if you want to see the draft, you can watch in the part 1 video. And again, we made the hard pivot to blue-red after seeing a late Improbable Alliance after taking Irencrag Pyromancer, which is also pretty broken rare in a blue-red deck, and Mad Ratter. So happy moving towards this direction, and the draft turned out quite nicely. So let's give this deck a spin and see how it performs. Also got rid of the Wolverine from this deck and replaced it with a Wall, since I don't really find that card particularly amazing. This deck is more of like a control deck that's looking to stall the opponent, enable card draw and card advantage in order to find Improbable Alliances and win the game through outvaluing the opponent through flyers or the rats from Mad Ratter or killing their stuff with Irencrag Pyromancer. So anyways, opening hand, well, I mean, we do have an Irencrag Pyromancer on turn 3, just need to hit our blue mana for the Improbable Alliance. I mean, we can easily get run over if we don't get our blue mana, but I think it's still a keep on the play. So we'll try it out and see if we get lucky enough to get our secondary color source. Would have loved a Witching Well in this deck too, since it would have been pretty nice with the Moonlit Scavengers and also a card draw spell for our payoff cards. And in blue, luckily enough, there's only enchantment-based removal. So if I manage to safely resolve the Irencrag Pyromancer, it might be difficult for him to deal with, but he's also playing blue-black, so Reef Soul could be an option. Okay, no blue mana, but I'm fine leading with an Irencrag Pyromancer if it survives. That will make me happy. If it doesn't, then so be it. Okay, so this is going to be pretty difficult to deal with, but we finally found our blue mana. So I think the play here is obviously the Midnight Clock into maybe an Improbable Alliance, and next turn we can set up an Opt or something, and then make a 1/1 and chump block the 4/4 while keeping up our counter spells. Could see a Bacon to apply here. Reaper Knight is pretty annoying, but yeah, I think these 2 cards have to go. They don't really accomplish anything. We'll take 4. We can chump block and still shoot him for 3 in the meantime. The Reaper Knight, the Midnight Clock will get back our cards, so that's nice. Let's just do it now. Since this only draws 1, I can't really use it on the opponent's turn. Okay, now we can make a 1/1 and chump block the 4/4. while shooting 3 damage in the face per turn. And then end of turn, we can also just activate the Midnight Clock to put a counter onto this. So that's also quite nice. So even if he deals with the Irencrag Pyromancer, maybe I can shuffle it back with the Midnight Clock eventually. But I'm definitely going to chump here and put a counter on to end of turn. I mean right now. Because I don't want to take too much damage. And then next turn I can just activate the Improbable Alliance as well. Okay, another blue mana is excellent. So now I can just main phase this in Improbable Alliance. Discard a mountain and deal 3 damage to his face. And also make a 1/1. So as long as I can keep chumping and activating the Improbable Alliance, I should be okay. The Fairy Vandal I can still take damage from, I don't really care. Moonlit Scavengers can bounce a token. Okay, I guess I'll be taking 5. Ooh, he just bounces the Irencrag Pyromancer. That's interesting. So I'm hoping I find like a Thrill of Possibilities or something. Ooh, Merchant of the Veil's excellent, so now what I can do is I can play Irencrag Pyromancer, use Merchant, discard the Mountain, and take out the Fairy Vandal, and make a 1/1. And I can also just play 3 mana for the Merchant of the Veil. I'll be taking 4 per turn in this scenario. That's unfortunate, but I mean, I can't really deal with 4 power and 4 toughness. So I guess I'm still chumping one of the 4-powered creatures and hoping that I can survive next turn maybe. Pretty annoying with the Reaper, so do need my removal spells here. Unfortunately, no removal spells. Let's just activate the Merchant and hopefully we get lucky. But we didn't. Okay. So maybe we're forced to just chump with the Merchant, and I can end of turn just use the Midnight Clock to maybe just to put a counter on it. Huh. I guess I can put 2 counters, and then on my upkeep, once this happens, yeah, I guess I'll just put 2 counters, and then on my upkeep, I should be able to get this for full, and then go from there on out. But it's a pretty close match. Just need to find a removal spell to answer some of his threats. I don't really want to chump with the Irencrag Pyromancer because it's kind of like the best card here for me. So what I can do is I can put 2 counters onto it on his turn and take out maybe one of his creatures here. And the creature, let's see, this is going to gain flying. So let's see, I'm definitely probably going to block here, and then I guess I can activate the Midnight Clock here and then draw 2 cards on his turn. That's too bad. Yeah, that's too bad. I guess I'll just activate now. Ooh, that's nice. Could have taken out this 4/5. I could have actually done this pre-combat too. Searing Barrage, okay. That's pretty nice. And I also have Turn into a Pumpkin to draw a card and bounce him for a turn. So that's also not bad. I guess I can maybe just bounce the Witching Well for a turn. And then I can also maybe block and use Scorching Dragonfire. Or I can just Scorching Dragonfire on... Huh. Guess I can just bounce the Witching Well here. Make a 1/1. Deal 3 damage, and then I can Searing Barrage to finish him off. Finish off the 4/5. And and I should be able to win this from there on out. So Midnight Clock is a powerful bomb in the deck. Same with the Irencrag Pyromancer and all of these creatures. So definitely going to chump block here, and I think I'm fine blocking here too. I'm hoping so. Yeah, I'll just block like this to keep the 1/1 alive. Witching Well, he might need to find like turn into a pumpkin. Too bad the opponent didn't draw a single removal spell this game. Besides, it's so tiny. Was surprised that there wasn't a single Bacon to a Pie in the deck or Reef Soul to answer the Irencrag Pyromancer. If he answered the Pyromancer, he could still stabilize, but I can still gain a little bit of life. In the meantime, activate the Improbable Alliance, attacking for 1. Yeah, it's pretty much game over because I can just activate the Improbable Alliance here, or just draw. No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's pretty much Irencrag Pyromancer is a broken card. The match was pretty close. I think if the Midnight Clock didn't get to 12, I'd probably lose that game. But the Irencrag Pyromancer was just a broken rare. Seeing it late in the in our draft was a clear signal that I should have been in blue-red. But I don't feel too bad. I got all the payoffs, essentially. And yeah, I just have a pretty solid deck, regardless, even if I start with a blue-black rare and try to force it. Okay, opening hand, Vantress Gargoyle on 2, seems perfect. Mad Ratter can maybe lead into Turn to Pumpkin with Adamant. Couldn't make sure I play my islands first in case I get to 3 islands with a turn to a pumpkin. But there's also Thrill of Possibilities, but I don't think we need to cast it just yet. I'll save it for the Mad Ratter or any other enablers. The question is, do I mill the opponents? I don't feel like I need to mill the opponents, although it does start enabling some attacks, which can be pretty decent. So maybe I just say go. The question is, do I use Thrill? Probably not. Black-red is pretty aggressive, so Lost Legion, don't really care. I mean, I don't hate enabling the mill against the opponent, but the 5/4 is mostly going to be a ground blocker. I mean, if I can start attacking with this, then I can put him on a clock, which is great. Okay, so he puts 2 on top, so probably these are cards that he wants me to mill. Okay. I could afford to take 2 and mill again. I mean, it's not a bad idea. Let's just mill again because he scribed 2 to the top. So I guess he wanted those 2 to be on top. I can afford to take 2 still. And then I can Mad Ratter and maybe make a bunch of tokens next turn by bouncing something or using Thrill. Scalding Cauldron also pretty decent. Not an amazing card since it's 4 mana deal 3, but it can still be pretty solid. You could see maybe removal, Bacon to a Pie. Okay, that's fine, but now the 1/2 is alive. I can also just bounce his food token, to be honest. Merchant? I can just Merchant instead, why not? Since it does block the, it does hold off the Lost Legion. And we have Opt for next turn as well. So thank God I didn't mill my Irencrag Pyromancer or anything, so kind of got lucky with the mill and made him use the Bacon to a Pie on it. So as long as the Mad Ratter survives, we can go really wide and just outvalue the opponent. So any small ground creatures he plays, we can just lock him down. Probably see another removal spell here. Okay. So now I guess I can still activate the merchant. End of turn. Let's opt. I do want more lands, but I do need to find my payoffs. Like Improbable Alliance, that's perfect. Do I care? I think I care. I'll play the Scalding Cauldron and say go. We can always just activate the merchant on our main phase. Okay, that's annoying. Keep seeing these Reapers milling me, getting rid of my cards, but I can still activate the merchant and loot something away if I have to. Okay, Zort's Master to Drain. I can still double block this, so I don't really care that much. So hopefully I don't top deck anything good, nothing good, so now I can just activate, which is still fine with me. Make a 1/1, and I'll keep the land in hand in case I need to activate it even more. I mean, if I need more stuff to discard next turn, so we'll just say go. Don't want to lose out on card advantage. Conrad, that's a difficult creature to deal with. So, I guess I need to maybe string together some removal. Okay, I guess I'll just Unexplained Visions here. Don't need to, okay. I guess I can just play Midnight Clock next turn. Play Improbable Alliance, Midnight Clock, and then make more flyers. Okay. Seems fine, and I don't mind just throwing 4 creatures in front of Sir Conrad if I have to. So we'll say go. What's this? A removal spell? Maybe a Scorching Dragonfire? Another Festive Funeral? The opponent must love these Festive Funerals. Guess I can afford to take 5 and maybe triple block the Lost Legion, which isn't great. Or I can just take it and then keep up the Scalding Cauldron. I don't have any good blocks on this Sir Conrad. Yeah, I hate these Festive Funerals. I can't believe the opponent actually made them to work. I guess milling them wasn't really good. Milling him wasn't a good idea. So I do need to get the Midnight Clock out and start doing some work. But here I guess I'll just chump the 5/4. I'll take a lot of damage if I chump the Lost Legion. But I can afford to lose 1 life just by chumping here. Okay, Midnight Clock is great. So now I can also play land. And then I guess I can keep up the Scalding Cauldron and run away together. Or just play out the Improbable Alliance anyways. I have 4 mana open. I guess I want to keep up my mana here just in case he tries something, so we'll just say go. Just need to survive, and we should be okay. I really don't want him to play the Reaper though. That's pretty annoying if he plays it. I'm fine bouncing him for a turn. So then he might be forced to recast it again, and that can be really annoying for him to deal with. And I can still afford to take 2 here. I guess I'll save that for something else. Fortunately, I can't use double Improbable Alliance here. But I think maybe I'm forced to, so I guess we can play the second Improbable Alliance, and I guess I'll activate it. And then I can just make a bunch of 1/1s, why not? Next turn I can Moonlit Scavengers back the Sir Conrad to send back a turn again. Yeah, I think I'm training for this. I can also just take 2. I mean, how much life am I going to lose? A lot. So maybe I just trade for the 2/1 and take it from there. Ooh, Scorching Dragonfire. I think I need to do it now. And then Scorching Dragonfire, exiling it. Yep. And then now maybe we can win the game with the Midnight Clock. So yeah, I had the 2-for-1 myself there, but Sir Conrad definitely needs to die. And now I can just triple block the Lost Legion if I have to. And then Moonlit Scavengers can still set him back. Sure. I can still chump, I don't really care. Since I can make 2 more tokens. I don't care about that either. I guess I can still take 2 and then just use the Moonlit Scavengers to bounce it back. And hopefully he doesn't have a Bargain with the Raging Redcap or we're screwed. I could just play land to get our Midnight Clock even further. But I'm pretty sure maybe next turn we should be able to deal with it, so I guess I'm chump blocking this scenario. Definitely chump blocking the Raging Redcap. I know he makes food, but there's not much I can do against it, so. Hopefully no Bargain, but yeah, I can't really play around it. Bargain would be pretty disastrous here, since the 1-man Pump Tree is going to trample over for a lot. And it could just be lethal, no lethal, okay. Does make a food though, but. Hypnotic Sprites, okay. Yeah, this could just be the turn where I just bounce it back and then keep up Hypnotic Sprite to counter it. And then Midnight Clock and activate Midnight Clock end of turn. And I can also activate this on my upkeep as well, so don't hate that. Okay, I guess the bake will happen. hoping he just plays out land and I can counter the Red Cap Raiders. Or I can just wait. Guess I don't mind just waiting. Yeah, I guess I don't mind just waiting. Let's just draw here. And then we can activate the... Guess I can just play out the turtle, or I can just activate. Guess I don't mind just activating here. Or I can just play everything out. Why not? Let's just play everything out. Why not? Because it's just going to trigger anyways on the 12th hour, so I don't really care. And yeah, we'll just say go. Ooh, and Searing Barrage, that's excellent. Now I can answer the Reaper of Night. And also make a bunch of 1/1s too. So the opponent's definitely going to have a hard time beating me here. So I'm hoping he just taps out for maybe the Reaper. And I can win from that position. Okay, that's good. So now I can just kill it with a Searing Barrage. We should be in fine shape. Yeah, we'll pay Adamant. And we can also just opt here. I'll keep a Merchant. So this is how the deck is supposed to work. Also could have gone for 1 extra damage too last turn, but... So, yeah, I should have maybe thought about that. So now if he tries to equip onto the Raging Redcap, I'll just kill it with a Scorching Dragonfire, and I can also still attack with the Vantress Gargoyle. How many is in this graveyard? 7 or more. He has more than 7. I can definitely attack with the Vantress Gargoyle. And the only board wipe in black is the Witch's Vengeance, so I'm quite happy that I took out the, the Sir Conrad and exiled it, so now he can no longer get back. Yeah, let's just send him back here. I don't think he can win from here. It's just too much tempo. The Midnight Clock is definitely a bomb, so always make sure you first pick this card, guys. And then you can just build a blue control deck in the Grixis colors and win. Didn't even see him in the Pyromancer that game, so there's an example of winning a game without Pyromancer and just a Midnight Clock. Right, opening hand. Seems okay. Yeah, I think we'll keep. The question is, do I loot the merchant or not? I mean, I do want to get value off of it before turn 3, so I guess I do. Do I ditch the Unexplained Visions? Probably just ditch the Quarter Monitor. Ooh, Improbable Alliance, excellent. Hoping to find that off the top. Now he can sack his Fabled Passage. And then we can either play Merchant or Thrill of Possibilities next turn. So another black-red aggro deck, okay. And with a Giant Skewer, is this like the same guy we're facing against? It's kind of hilarious. Should have maybe played Island instead. Just so we have higher chances to enable Adamant, but this is still fine. I can keep up turn to a Pumpkin, or Thrill. I'll keep up the turn, don't think I need to activate Merchant here. Might just turn to a Pumpkin something he plays end of turn, so I can maybe hit my land drop to cast the Unexplained Visions, like this Rankle. I guess I could have just used that on my turn. Pretty weird. Okay, I'll keep up the Steering Barrage to maybe answer Rankle. Yep. I'm glad he tapped out for it. Because this is definitely a pretty difficult creature to kill. I mean, it's definitely a bomb mythic. And then maybe we can just play the Unexplained Visions or Midnight Clock in the Thrill. Maybe play the Unexplained first. I mean, I could Midnight Clock and Thrill, but Unexplained is just too good here. Let's just enable Adamant too, I don't mind. So we can get the extra Scry to find better playables too. Ooh, another Improbable Alliance, excellent. And Irencrag Pyromancer and Turtle. Probably don't need the Turtle. So we'll bomb both of these and then keep the Pyromancer on top, so we might need to use it next turn. And we'll just say go. I think I want to deploy my stuff out first before I Midnight Clock. But Midnight Clock does set us up nicely, so we'll see if it's worth it. Could just take 3 here. It's pretty annoying how you can just generate food and deal 3 damage. I guess I'll just take 3. Because he's going to make a food and drain us anyways eventually, so I might as well just take 3. Pretty annoying though. I can always just play the Moonlit Scavengers to bounce them. That's a scary card, okay. I guess I'll just Pyromancer here and... Huh. So what I can do is I can still Improbable Alliance. Can I Midnight Clock into... No. So I think I need to Pyromancer here. And then use Thrill, maybe discarding the Moonlit Scavengers. And taking out the 1/3. Opponent's probably emoting me because I have a broken deck. That's usually what happens anyways, so... I think I'll just maybe quad block this. Next turn I can Midnight Clock and opt, and eventually get back my spells from the graveyard, so... Could see a removal spell in the Irencrag Pyromancer, but hopefully Midnight Clock can just shuffle it back into the deck for us. So that entire turn used up our mana, so I'm quite happy. I don't want him to untap and make a rat, of course, so... He needs to kill the Pyromancer for sure. Yeah, I guess I'm quad blocking this. Hopefully he doesn't have like a big into pie, but if he wants to use removal, then the Irencrag Pyromancer stays around. Probably has removal. Sure. That's annoying. Does take out the merchant, but I do have an op coming. Probably has an answer to Pyromancer, hopefully not. Hopefully no big into pies or anything. Yeah, at least I made him use a giant. Pretty annoying though. Roll Scions. Okay, I guess I can still deal 3 damage here.
I enjoy the proper application of knowledge.
Still 6 mana, so now I can still activate the Improbable Alliance here.
Foolish coward.
And I can always just block the 3/4. Splashing for Royal Signs is always something new. Could maybe opt and just use the extra mana on the Midnight Clock, but...
Let me synthesize the facts.
Question is, do I block the Tempting Witch now? Probably. Ooh, Robber. Okay, I guess I'll just double block the Robber. And I can, I guess... yeah, this is annoying. Yeah, I guess I don't mind just double blocking the Robber and taking 3 here. He gets a land, but who cares? That doesn't do anything. And he also can't play any of this, otherwise I'll just kill it. Okay, Merchant is probably just gonna die. We're just gonna kill the Merchant. Ooh, Mad Ratter, that's even better. Yeah, let's just do it. Play our broken Is It deck. Take another opt, why not? Yeah. Okay, 3-0. Broken Is It control deck. Yep. I guess we can Merchant and loot. Not the best hand, but we're on the play. And we do need blue mana, but the Merchant can help us loot for blue mana eventually, so it's not the worst. I'm fine just ditching a mountain. Maybe end of turn, since this is instant speed. Yeah, this is instant. Can keep out red mana for red cap melee. Just ditch the mountain. Crashing Drawbridge, find 2-drop. Hey, blue mana, that's excellent. The Drawbridge is just to hold the fort for the time being while we essentially just outvalue and outcontrol the opponent. Broom can be pretty annoying if he manages to get really wide with it. So, no, just play the Merchant. I can give this haste, but it's not necessary. I don't think that's the game plan. We're not trying to out-aggro the opponent. Ooh, Adamant, okay. Yeah, we'll just play Island, end of turn. We can use turn to Pumpkin or loot with the Merchant. Don't think I need to use turn here. Like, it's a fine card, but I feel better just activating the Merchant to help us find our win conditions. Okay, Scorching Dragonfire can be a thing. Thrill of Possibilities too. I guess I just say go. End of turn, I can either activate Merchant or thrill away the mountain. Sir Conrad, probably bounce that back. Do want to get to land 6 with the Moonlit Scavengers, but Improbable Alliance is excellent. So it's going to be the play here. And I guess I could also just run away together end of turn. We'll see. So now I can loot that instant speed with the Merchant, and this wastes his whole entire turn. And we'll just pass. Gargoyle is excellent. Think I had the Thrill though. I hate getting rid of my Thrill, but I think I have to do it here. Alternatively, I can loot and play out the Merchant, but I think the Thrill is just better. And we can always just do it end of turn, so we'll play the Vantress Gargoyle instead. And I guess I'll just do it now, so this Sir Conrad doesn't, actually, we can just bounce the Moonlit Scavengers, maybe. Maybe that's just better, bouncing the Moonlit Scavengers. Yeah, let's just bounce the Moonlit Scavengers. And we also have a Mad Ratter that can start making some stuff. I can always attack for 1. And then before Sir Conrad resolves, I can also mill him. And hopefully I don't either mill the Midnight Clock or mill whatchamacallit. Strange Attack, it probably implies a pump trick, so I'm not going to block. So I'm probably going to keep the 1/1 back on defense now after this attack. Wondering why it didn't allow me the loot. So I guess now I don't mind just playing Merchant. Or I just play the Improbable Alliance and loot with the Merchant, or I just draw a million cards with the Unexplained Visions. Huh, this is interesting. Huh. Maybe I can just ditch the Unexplained Visions, because it's quite expensive. Next turn, probably Merchant and Improbable Alliance, or just play Improbable Alliance activate. Yeah, let's just say go, maybe. Probably take 4 here and see where we end up. Sir Conrad's gonna be pretty annoying though, because he has the pump trick, for sure. Yeah, probably take 4. Now we're not going to activate. I don't want to help out this comrade. So now we can play Improbable Alliance. Guess we can play the Merchant and just activate the Merchant. That's gross. So I do need to find an answer to the Sir Conrad, or else I'm in trouble. But in the meantime, I think it's fine just taking 4 from the Fierce Witchstalker because even if I quad block it, I'll be losing more life than I would if I'd be taking it. So this is pretty interesting. Probably need to find Improbable Alliance into some sort of removal spell. You can also make a bunch of Sorcerer's Brooms from the food, but I should be okay still. Ooh, Midnight Clock, okay. Yeah, I guess we set it up. Well, luckily he didn't activate Conrad, but I'm still losing a ton of life. If he tries something here... So maybe I can wholly hope to maybe gain some life and win that way. We'll see. Sir Conrad. Okay, I definitely need to put a bunch of blockers in front of Sir Conrad. So let's see. So let's say he has 7 power. I need to put, if he has a punk trick, I need to put 6 in front of this. So and yeah, maybe I'm forced to do this. I mean, I'm gonna take all the damage anyway, so it's not necessarily good for me. One, two, three, four, five, six. 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Nope. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So hopefully I don't die from this. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty difficult not to. Since he has a pump spell, I mean, Conrad's at least guaranteed to die. Okay, I mean, that's not as bad. I mean, he does gain a bunch of life, but it still results in a kill, I'm assuming. Okay, no creatures, please. Yeah, even if it's... Okay, no creatures. Alright, we might just survive this. Okay, no creatures. Okay, we might just survive. I mean, this is a lot of damage. I think we're dead, right? Yeah, we're just dead. Wish I had maybe more mana to stack my foods with, but yeah, good game's opponent. Sir Conrad is definitely a difficult creature to deal with. Don't know if I could survive that, maybe keeping 2 mana open to stack the food. Maybe I could have, but yeah, I didn't play that game too optimally. It was really hard to know what to do, especially with Sir Conrad on the battlefield. I think I need to find some sort of removal spell to answer Sir Conrad. But yeah, it was Xaxes. Okay, a little bit weird if I don't get my red mana, but I can't say no to Improbable Alliance on 2. Let's try it. And we can always opt. Well, I'll play the Cauldron first in case we find red mana and top deck it. Black-green, okay. Let's wait until next turn. If we find red mana, it'll be great. If not, we'll just opt anyways. It's not the end of the world if we don't get our red mana. Hopefully the Rose Thorn Acolyte comes out so I can kill it. Although he does play into the Cauldron, which I don't really agree with, but sure. I mean, that's just a good trade for me, so I'll take it. Adversary, guess he was setting up for the adversary all along. Let's just opt and find a red mana maybe. There's our red mana. So probably leave with the Improbable Alliance. And then do I chump this? I could. To prevent a card draw, is that worth it? Probably not. Land would be nice so I can draw a bunch of cards. But a Scorching Dragonfire off the top is excellent. Alright, hopefully this manages to resolve. He could have a pump spell, of course. Please no pump spell. Okay, I guess I'll chump. Okay. I guess I can kill the Occam adversary next turn. I just play the Merchant, it's mana efficient. I'm fine chumping the Occam so he doesn't draw a card and I can kill it next turn, hopefully. Could just use this to drain me for 3. Sure. So now he has an engine with a Tempting Witch and the Gilded Goose, which is really annoying. So I might just triple block, double block this. Okay, that's even more stupid and annoying. So I have multiple bombs I need to deal with in a deck like this. Tempting Witch and Wicked Wolf being really annoying. I think I'm just going to concede. Yeah, this is just too much. Okay, did we get up to 4 wins at least, I think? Or we just went to 3 and 2? I mean, we were doing so great early on, but then, like, we just faced against some broken decks. But that's usually what happens at Mythic rank. Maybe I can get one more, and then I can hopefully get back most of my gems. And I don't... Hopefully it's not the same guy. Okay, it's not. Thank God. We do have a great deck, but that deck was just insane. Okay, good curve. We have our mana. This is better than blue-black now that I think about it. Okay. So I don't necessarily want to mill myself with the Vantress Gargoyle. But I guess I'll just play it anyways. He just milled a bunch of lands, which does make me happy. Yeah, I don't really want to mill myself. It can be problematic if the opponent is playing Merfolk Secret Keeper, so I'm probably just going to keep the Vantress Gargoyle as a random ground blocker, perhaps. I mean, a random blocker. Yeah, let's just say go. Is he stuck on 2? I guess he is. And that does put a smile on my face, so now what I can do is I can play land into Midnight Clock. And he doesn't have counterspell mana, and eventually I'll just get back all the cards that he milled away. So now I guess it's fine activating the Vantress Gargoyle and milling both of us, because the Midnight Clock can just get back all my cards. So yeah, I think it's fine starting to do it now. Sure. The question is, can he mill me enough in time? But even if he does, my Midnight Clock will just get everything back. Unless he has a way to deal with my Midnight Clock, like a bounce spell. So maybe I shouldn't even mill the Vantress Gargoyle. Plays a Hypnotic Sprites, okay. Yeah, let's just mill. I think it's fine doing it now. Milled is into the story, and now we can activate 2. And I guess I'll keep 4 to block the Hypnotic Sprite. Or not. Yeah, I'll keep 4 to hold off the Hypnotic Sprite. And I guess I can also just activate the Improbable Alliance. So, yeah, I guess I just want to activate the Improbable Alliance, maybe. Yeah, let's just do that. The Crashing Drawbridge. Now let's just ditch a turtle. It doesn't seem very reliable in a deck like this. And then we can just say go. And now the 1/1 can block the 2/1 after he played, since he played it. And I'm still fine milling myself because Midnight Clock will just get everything back. Of course. Bunch of stuff in the graveyard. I guess I'll just activate the Midnight Clock again. Guess I can just play the Crashing Drawbridge instead. Maybe that's just better. Guess I can still activate here. Yeah, we'll just activate, make more 1/1s. And now we have Mad Ratter too, which is nice. Owl. Okay. So do I want to keep milling myself? Okay, spinning wheel, that's not really that scary. Guess I'm fine milling anyways. So I can maybe start enabling some attacks. And then the Mad Ratter is nice. I can also keep up land to play Runaway Together with it. Well, keep land to discard perhaps. I could also just take 3 now. I can just jump. I'll eventually just outvalue him, so I don't mind. Ooh, Stonecoil Serpent away. Yeah, let's just activate the Midnight Clock. And then we'll just use it maybe next turn. Thrill is nice. Okay, guess I don't mind just using Thrill now. Actually, what I can do is I can just activate the Improbable Alliance and then I can use Thrill on his turn. And there's a second Improbable Alliance, which is even better. And then, yeah, I'll keep this. What happens is to shuffle your hand to your library. Yeah, I don't really need to shuffle the hand into my library. I'll just play out the Improbable Alliance now, and then on my upkeep, I can just use the Thrill to get back my Thrill to get everything back. Don't think I care about that. Epic Downfall, maybe against the Gargoyle. Sure. I can start attacking with the Gargoyle next turn, which is also really useful. Alright, this is excellent. Now I can even counter the now I can even counter the creature if I want to. So move to combat. I think I'm fine attacking with Adventurous Gargoyle. And then I can still counter the Merfolk's Secret Keeper, so I think I'm gonna keep up the mana here so I don't get milled. Do I care about that? I guess I can run away together with that, so I don't mind. I could counter this. But I think I'm fine just using Searing Barrage to kill it, maybe. He can discard 2 cards to bounce it back, which I'm still fine with. It will fizzle, but I'm still okay with it. At least the So Tiny is gone, so... Pyromancer, okay. Yeah, let's get going. Let's get this show on the road. Yeah, I can do it now or later. I guess we got him. Never mind. Don't know what was correct there. Maybe keeping up the whatchamacallit, the bounce spells, the runaway together, and the and what else? And the counter spell was better because I wanted to counter the Merfolk's Secret Keeper for sure. Ooh, this is broken. Let's keep. I can just leave the Midnight Clock instead, just as a mana rock. Save the Thrill for the Irencrag Pyromancer once I get to 5 mana. Could just play out the Hypnotic Sprite as a 2/1. So next turn I'm planning to play the Midnight Clock and maybe lead Pyromancer into Thrill. So I think I'll just play this out as a 2-1 and start pressuring the opponent in the skies. Improbable Alliance is great, but we're just going to use this Mana Rock to ramp. And then next turn we can maybe set something up. I do need to dump my hand out before this Midnight Clock hits 12, but using this as a Mana Rock is quite nice. Scorching Dragonfire. I guess I'll just play the Improbable Alliance and start from there. Maybe I should attack first in case he has the 2/2 reach creature with flash. Hopefully he doesn't have it. That's a rare. Okay, he doesn't have it, so I'm quite happy that it doesn't. Okay, I'm hoping he just taps out here and I get a red mana off the top. That would be really wonderful. Merchant, okay. Could always just Thrill of Possibilities end of turn and attack for 2 and see what's up. Because Irencrag Pyromancer will trigger off of the Merchant anyway, so I might as well just Thrill end of turn or something. Sure. That already got in for 6 damage, which is a lot, so quite happy about that. I just want to dump my whole hand so I can get everything back. Paladin, okay, that's going to be hard to deal with. I guess I'll just ditch the Unexplained Visions. Turn to a pumpkin? That's even better. So do I just turn now? I guess I do. And also just draw a card off of it as well, so that's great. And then maybe I can set something up with the Irencrag Pyromancer and Scorching Dragonfire. It does require triple red, so it's not going to be easiest to do. But I'm happy if he taps out for it, so then I'll be able to chain together the Pyromancer. Just need my red source though, because this 5/5 is really difficult to deal with. Sure. Ooh, second red source. Okay. I think for now I'm just going to play the Gargoyle and attack for 2 and say go, because next turn I can use the Pyromancer instead. And I'm not going to activate the Midnight Clock because I'm not really interested in speeding this up. Because I want to deploy my whole hand before it happens, so I can deal 3 damage here and then 3 damage. I can deal 6 damage to the Paladin to get rid of it. Okay, that's a card I guess I'd rather kill instead. I'm definitely blocking this. And if he uses a pump trick, I'll just Dragonfire it. And I can chump the Keeper for days. They always have this stupid trick. I'm happy I have my Scorching Dragonfire to answer it at least. And now I can make 1/1 chump blockers for days. And then next turn I can just shuffle everything back into my library, so this is great. I can also opt on my upkeep too. So I can get the trigger from the opt. Don't know if that's necessary since I'm just going to shuffle everything back. Guess he draws a card off the Ginger Brute, so I guess I need to kill the Ginger Brute. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna draw a card anyways, so yeah, just let it resolve. I don't need to spend all my mana since I'm gonna draw anyways. Is this 3 damage to any target? I guess it's lethal after I do this. Yeah, red-blue can be really messed up sometimes. So 5-2, just need 2 more wins to get the fun to get 7-0. Still pretty rough, even though we had an amazing deck. Just getting to 7 is really difficult sometimes at Mythic rank, especially doing Eldraine. But yeah, finally made back more of my gems. Let's do 2 more games and hopefully we can get to 7. Okay, I can wait till turn 4, Irencrag Pyromancer and opt. And in the meantime, we do have a drawbridge that can play defense. Gonna keep the opt to deal 3 damage. Okay, it's a free card, can look up a creature or land, so no instances of sorceries or enchantments. Fine card. I don't think it's super exciting, but ooh, Emery? I guess we need to take out Emery next turn. I mean on turn 4, so he can keep looping the golden egg, so it definitely has to be taken out. I'm not going to play the Pyromancer ASAP because he can just kill it. But he doesn't have blue mana yet, so Acolyte. I guess he can ramp out Emery now. Yeah, I guess I'll just play land and pass. Once he gets out Emery, I'll just take out Emery. Okay, maybe he's just trying to hit his land drop and then play out Emery for 3 mana. I'm hoping he just plays out Emery. Halberd is annoying. Okay, so I guess he's attacking. That's pretty annoying. I guess I'll just have to play my turtle. Opponent is definitely not ramping out Emery, which is pretty interesting to note. Gargoyle, okay. I think the turtle now is useful in this deck. Yeah, it's nice having the 1/5 now, holding off the 4/4. If he uses out Muscle, this is going to be kind of scary, and I need to find maybe like, what's going on? I'm hoping he just plays out Emery here, so I can just finish him off with the Irencrag Pyromancer. There you go. I guess he wants to attack with a 4-powered creature. He needs to activate this to cast it, so I still have a window to take out Emery before he does anything else. And the turtle can hold off the 4/4 in the meantime. Ooh, that's a nasty card. Okay. I think we just do it now. It's not like I have a choice. Into another opt. I don't hit another opt. Yeah, why not? And then we can say go. Deck is scary though. I'll be taking 4 per turn. Just playing a million golden eggs too, so pretty interesting to note. Another halberd. Okay, now this is going to be really difficult to beat, I think. Guess I'll take 6 for now. I can run away together. That can be pretty interesting. So I think this turn, I mean, I could just start chumping here with the Improbable Alliance. Maybe that's just the right play. Moonlit Scavengers. I already have Runaway together, so I don't really think I need Moonlit Scavengers. Ooh, Thrill of Possibilities on his turn. That's pretty nice. So the game plan might just be to shoot him to death while we chump with the 1/1s. It seems like that's the plan. And we'll keep a Runaway together to hold off Yorvo. But Paladin now is a bit obnoxious. Yeah, Yorvo's a bit difficult to deal with. I guess I'll just play the Vantress Gargoyle and then use Thrill, maybe drawing 2 cards, and then I don't know, let's just allow this to attack. Before it blocks, we're just going to cast the Thrill of Possibilities and hope it doesn't get countered. Yeah, this is definitely the right play. Ooh, turn to Pumpkin, that's quite nice. So I guess I can still deal 3 here and then chump. And then I can still use turn to Pumpkin to bounce and then draw a card and deal 3 to his face as well. So that's quite nice. Pyromancer doing a lot of work in this deck. And it doesn't seem like he has a lot of interaction too. And I'll still stay at 4 cards, so that's nice. Yeah, probably the game plan here now is just to kill the opponents by attacking him, so yeah, I think we'll just attack for 5. And then play out the Cauldron and say go. I could have attacked him earlier, I'm wondering why I didn't. But now I have lethal unless he sacrificed food to gain life. I don't really care about that, sure. Wait, what's this? Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under control, then if that creature's power is greater than Yorvo's power, put another 1/1 counter on Yorvo. What's this? When another green creature enters, put a 1/1 counter on Yorvo. Oh, wow. Okay, so any green creature can grow this. Okay, so definitely a very powerful first pick. But again, we can just make a million chump blockers and win that way, so let's just do that instead, and then he needs to, okay, that's annoying, but my creature can still attack, so I don't hate it. Hypnotic Sprite, okay, let's just move to combat here. He's forced to chump, okay. And I'll just activate the Improbable Alliance anyways. Do I take out the Rose Thorn Acolyte? Yeah, I think I do. And I still have enough chump blockers to kill him. He needs a Bargain to give trample to him, so that's a problem with Rose Thorn Halberd, there's just no trample. And then I can just win the air with the Vantress Gargoyle and Irencrag Pyromancer. So the opponent's definitely in a rough spot here. Broom, okay, so he's playing the sack. I mean, he's not going to do anything at this point, so I guess we'll just activate the Improbable Alliance again. Ditch the Steel Gaze Griffin. Yeah, still 3 to his face at this time. Yeah, let's attack for 5. Eventually he's just gonna run out of life, and next turn he's dead. Unless he takes out the Vantress Gargoyle, of course. Maybe I should have kept this back, kept the land in to block, but yeah, we got him. Okay, sweet. 6 and 2. Moving on to the final boss. If you want to see the overview of the deck, just watch part 1, since there was a dumb glitch that closed the software program, that froze the software program, and I had to restart it. But yeah, 6 and 1. Let's do the final boss. I'm pretty sure I added this already, but I'll add it in a second time because this deck is just so great. So let's make this one count. I made a couple of misplays in some matchups, but I mean, I still won even though I made those misplays. But there's just these tiny misplays that do matter, like getting in 1 points of damage, or sacrificing, or using your mana optimally. So let's make this final match one where I play everything optimally as best as I can. But yeah, glad that I pivoted into blue-red instead of sticking with blue-black. So this is again an example of a draft where you thought you would be in a 2-color archetype to begin with, but then the signals passing you all the insane rares in another color can make you switch. So seeing the late Mad Ratter still in the pack, seeing the Irencrag Pyromancer, the double Improbable Alliance, and even Steelgaze Griffin, Scorching Dragonfire, and the Midnight Clock makes this deck worth it. So opening hand, yep, Improbable Alliance seems great, and then we can turn 3 with the Opt to make a 1/1. But we'll lead with a Scalding Cauldron. Improbable Alliance is so amazing. Like it's just a nice value generated early on, and then on turn 6, not only does it generate you a 1/1, but also helps you loot. The card's definitely very amazing. So okay, just need to get the land 5, I guess, for the Unexplained Visions. But for now, we do have a Scalding Cauldron we can always activate. Yeah, let's get the land 5. Thrill is nice. Yeah, let's just draw a Thrill. Maybe I just ditch the Moonlit Scavengers here. End of turn. Since I can make a guy end of turn, I can just ditch the Moonlit Scavengers since it's so expensive, and I just rather have my card draw spell. So we'll take 1, not the end of the world. That would be nice to kill my Cauldron. I might just kill it next turn. But I do need to hit my land drops. So how about I risk it here and I make my land drop, or I just kill this anyways and hit for 2. Do I just merchant away a merchant? So if we don't hit our land drops, we're just going to get a Crashing Drawbridge. Nah, I think this is too important to kill. I don't really want him ramping. The ramp can be really bad because that will help him find a second color, and then he can maybe play like some sort of 5-drop. And he could also be missing out on land drops too, so taking out the Rosethorn Acolyte is important, but he still had a green mana anyways. But it still slows him down a bit, and it was a fine target for the Scalding Cauldron, I say. So I might need this Crashing Drawbridge, but if the opponent's going to play big blue creatures, then I'd rather not even care. Opt is nice, since now I can find my land finally. And I'm fine playing it out, and I can even just... do I even want to play a merchant? Not really. I could also just main phase getting rid of Crashing Drawbridge. Maybe that's fine. Because I have another one anyways, and I don't really care about... I don't care about generating a 1/1 token when I have another one already. So just need to get to land 5 hopefully to maybe kill something big or draw a bunch of cards to find our bombs and win cons. Okay, so I'm fine keeping my 1/1s back now to deal with the 1/1s. So yeah, the Ranger might be a little bit problematic if it gets to pump the team, so I'm hoping I find some sort of removal spell for it. Ooh, Pyromancer. This would have been amazing with red mana. I guess I'll just play the Pyromancer. I mean, Outmuscle isn't going to take it out unless he has a large creature, so I think it's fine to set one up, and we can attack for 1. And say go. Because the only removal in green and white is either trapped into a tower or the Outmuscle, and a 0/4 body definitely is definitely difficult to destroy. Although he has a halberd now, which can be really annoying. But he doesn't have haste. This doesn't have haste, so yeah, this doesn't have haste, so I think I'm fine with these blocks here. I think this is a sign that the opponent just wants to concede. The visions would have been fine, but I think I need to run away together to maybe protect. This is annoying. Yeah, let's just risk it and not even have the runaway together up. And then now he needs to set up. He needs to pay 5 mana for the halberd and then set up the whatchamacallit, the Outmuscle, which is going to require a lot of mana. Flaxen Intruder. Okay, so I definitely need to keep up my spells. I can always just main phase the Unexplained Visions maybe, so this is better. And I can scry 3. Mad Ratter is excellent. Turtle is a fine ground blocker as well. The only problem is that I just don't have any ways to activate the Mad Ratter next turn, so I could also just keep the Vantress Gargoyle on top and then go something like this. I don't know, this is hard. Yeah, let's just keep the Gargoyle on top, I think. I mean, I can just activate the Pyromancer anyways to take out his threats. So I don't really care. Intruder can just die, I can just kill that. He needs to spend 3 mana to equip. Okay, sure. I guess I'll just triple block this anyways. And just take 5. The Gargoyle is nice since they'll allow me to block. Of course, he can always just equip the halberd, so I guess I can just play out the Improbable Alliance and say go. I could just play out Merchant and just activated it maybe, but I think the Stirring Barrage might be more important. And this still takes 5 to equip, so I guess I'll block the 3/3. I mean, I can just take it here, because how else am I going to deal with this? If he has a pump spell, then I'm going to be in trouble. So I guess I'll just take it here. Because he could still have a pump spell. Mad Ratter is excellent. Okay. He only has 4 in the graveyard. We'll just cast a Quarter Monitor, and then we can chump for days. Yeah, I don't think the opponent can kill me here unless he finds like a giant to wipe the board with. But even then, I can still make a 1,000,000 1/1 tokens and kill him that way. Okay. Is that a sad face? Okay, yeah. I shouldn't have maybe taunted the opponent with the emo. That was very rude of me. I'm sorry, opponent. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, but really, this deck is really disgusting. So, yep, here you go. Here's your Throne of Eldraine Izzet control deck. Start out with Lockmere Serpent, even open up Garruk, 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 pack 3, pick 1. We couldn't even splash it, had to give up our, um, had to give up our first pick, had to give up our, pack 3, pick 1, and we still managed to get there, so now let's claim our prize, savor our reward. Let's pretend we're drafting Throne of Eldraine and see what we have the pleasure of opening. Alright, let's pretend we're drafting Throne of Eldraine, pack 1, pick 1. Reef Soul and Scorching Dragonfire are the two best cards in this pack. Probably take the Reef Soul since black is a better color than red in this set, and just black can lead to some amazing grindy decks in either black-green or black-blue, which are probably the best archetypes in this set. Thunder Snapper is okay. It's definitely reasonable to play this in a mono-blue, mono-green, or even a green-blue Simic non-humans deck, but it's pretty difficult to trigger, given that most of the time you don't want too many expensive cards in your limited deck, but sometimes it's nice to cantrip with this, but unless I'm already in Thunderous Snapper's colors and the archetype, I don't think I will take it, but easy Reef Soul. Scorching Dragonfire is also great, but again, I think black is just better than red in this set. I think Scorching Dragonfire is probably just a better card than Reef Soul since it's at instant speed, it exiles, but just in a worse color, so take the Reef Soul here. I think green is the deepest color in the set, maybe black second place. Okay, Searing Barrage, Cauldron Familiar, probably just take the Searing Barrage. Cauldron Familiar can be fine if you're in a dedicated food sack archetype, and it's pretty, if you're lucky enough to get the Witch's Cauldron, this can be a really nice combo to drain the opponent, since not only can the Cauldron Familiar be kind of like a permanent chump blocker you can have on the battlefield, but the fact that you can just use the Witch's Oven to sack this, make a food. So the game plan is you chump the opponent's big creature, you sacrifice this to the Witch's Oven, makes a food, and then damage doesn't happen, and then before its end step you can just recast the Cauldron Familiar again, and then constantly sack the Cauldron Familiar to drain them for 1 point a turn while you gain 1 life. So Cauldron Familiar with Witch's Oven is definitely a very annoying combo, and it's pretty cool if you can assemble it. If you don't have that and you're just trying to pick some generic cards to see what colors you're supposed to be in, the Searing Barrage is probably the best card in the pack. Turn to Pumpkin, Trapped in Tower. Probably just take Turn to a Pumpkin here. Not big. So this is the reason why white is also not an amazing color. The cards like this aren't great in the set. It doesn't deal flyers. It's an enchantment, so it can be destroyed. It can be bounced. What about this? There's also the Fairy Guide Mutter, which can release a creature trapped in tower. But I guess if I'm going to be playing in some sort of white Knights deck or in a white Adventure deck or whatnot, I have to settle with a trapped in tower as a solid removal spell. One generic and 1 white is decent to cast. It's not a terrible card. It's just not an amazing removal spell. And white also, the problem with white again is that their creatures tend to be quite small, so it's pretty easy to block off white creatures, and white is kind of committed to an aggro plan. So I think white is the worst color in this set, and blue is probably the second worst color. But I would still probably just take Turn the Pumpkin over Trapped in Tower. Again, the colors in this set, I think green is the most deepest color with the amazing uncommons and commons, and can also fix in the set. Black has all the great removal spells, and sometimes you're lucky enough to pick up Sir Conrad or Powerful Black Rare. Red is kind of in between, since it has good removal. Not the creatures aren't super amazing, but the removal is still pretty good. And blue has nice card draw. It has decent ways to lock down the opponent and bounce their stuff. But overall, the creature quality at common also really isn't very good. since they aren't really large, and most of the time in blue, you're looking for either card draw spells or interaction. And unless you have those powerful rares like we had in our set, in our deck, like the Improbable Alliances and the Midnight Clocks, I don't recommend going too much into blue in this set. But yeah, it's probably like second to last of the worst colors, and white is probably just terrible in this set. So let's see what else we have here. And there's just so much. Not only is there so much interaction in this set, but then the food and the life gain kind of offsets the game plan of aggro. So um, yeah, it's really hard whether or not you want to be in an aggro deck or not in this set, because you are kind of at a disadvantage against the black and green decks. And yeah, here Fierce Witchstalker and Sirkara are both pretty excellent. Sirkara, I mean, she's pretty good. I mean, even in a deck that's not looking to be aggressive, you can still use her to ping the opponent and exile the top card of your library and use it as a pseudo card draw engine. So it has some upsides, but usually in red you're trying to be aggressive anyways, unless you're an Izzet. So unless you're an Izzet, for the most part, you're going to be aggressive in the red deck. And you know, I do like Sirkara, but I probably just take the Fierce Witchstalker since green is just a better color. This is cheaper, it makes a food, which is very relevant, and then it just hits really hard, and if you have a pump spell to protect the Fierce Witchstalker, it becomes pretty problematic. Sirkara still dies to Reef Soul, she still dies to Scorching Dragonfire, and you can still tap it down with a Charm Sleep to prevent it from tapping, but, you know, it's a good card, but, I mean, you gotta admit green is the best color in this set, by far. Easy Savvy Hunter, Charm Sleep is probably the second best common. I mean, I guess there's Clockwork Servant, which is also a good card. Even if you don't cast this on curve, you can maybe play this on turn 5 or 6 or even 4, and it still replaces itself, so it's not a bad card. But it doesn't really have too many amazing synergy outside of white and blue artifacts, enchantments, but the Savvy Hunter definitely gets the nod here. Best cards, Surf Aaron. Wandermare is, believe it or not, quite medium. The problem is that it just doesn't have trample. And, I mean, it is a payoff for the white-green adventures deck, which is an okay deck, but overall, the power level of it isn't as great as, you know, black-green or black-blue, or even Izzet Control in this set. I mean, the Izzet draw your second card archetype in this set. I mean, it's still a fine card. I would happily play this in an adventures deck. But yeah, Surf Aaron still probably gets a nod over it. And there you have it. There's your Throne of Eldraine draft. Might fire off another one, maybe after a couple of days, since I'm quite busy working, so to speak, and I need to prepare, and it's kind of late. So yeah, finally got a 7 wins video to show off to you guys, and yeah, maybe I'd throw in one more Throne of Eldraine before I do another Zendikar Rising, or I guess if I make enough gold, I'll eventually do another quick draft, Theros Beyond Death. But in the meantime, hope you guys enjoyed the draft. Please remember to watch the part 1 video to see the draft portion. But again, I had to close it because there was a dumb glitch in the software program. So yeah, in the meantime, stay safe and have a wonderful day, and take care, guys. Bye.